Hey, Islam, Sheikh Dwayne Buffalo, Islam, a Moorish American nation and family. Islam to the place that Imani Bey and I are moving to. I'm around Arrington-Bey. It is May the 10th, 2026. Islam, spirit of noble jewelry. I just left Whole Foods, and the reason why I am doing this video, because I think it's important for me to do this video, because we are still hearing accents in the apartment, predominantly black, Negro, male and female, especially when I get in the shower, and Monty when he's in the shower, that which speaks Spanish, from some type of male birds chirping when he starts talking when I open my eyes. The black, Negro, male and female, female keeps saying how she loved my son. The black Negro saying brother. People in Annapolis are still saying have a good one. He loves her. I love you. They out of the blue will walk past, say I love her or he loves her. So all these are sex and human trafficking techniques. Have a good one is connected to the United States military. When they started saying that, they were saying it so much, I didn't know the witchcraft in or the cult, satanic, not all that says it. Let me say that, because I've said it by mistake myself. But then I had to tell Imani, try not to say it, because I could tell there was some type of cult ritual going on when they say have a good one. Because what is a good one? Because I've heard too many other frequencies say they're decent. They're good. They're good. They're decent. I kept hearing them say, "Oh, she's a lady." I'm like, and then look at me and stuff like that. And I was like, why are they saying this? So getting back, so have a good one. Years ago, I asked someone that is a native here. It's like, is that a culture for people to say have a good one? It's like, when I hear it, it's always because someone that's connected to the military, Navy and Army, or other military branches, mainly Navy and Army is around. And they were like, yeah, he tried to explain, but he definitely agreed that the Navy and Army and so forth was somewhat connected to the words "have a good one." But he was trying to, say it in a normality way, or as a normal, like, oh, it's nothing. But it actually, with too many of them, they're doing some form of occult ritual, satanic ritual. And I think it's important for me, Imani's here, to do this video because it is May the 10th, 2026, and we are still planning to move. Imani and I, we don't care nothing for these people here. I can't speak for Imani, but I'm going to tell you, I don't care anything for them here. In a manner I'm saying is, when I go to Whole Foods, I don't care nothing about them on a personal level. I'm there to work, or some would say work, or employed, and promote the core values of Whole Foods to the best of my ability. Okay, I'm not trying to connect with them on that level because it's too much of odd behavior that has gone on in connection to not accusing Whole Foods, but individuals at Whole Foods that are employed with Whole Foods. And with people not communicating the truth about the telepathic code and what those that have the code can do, and the lab freaks and humanoid AI and what they are capable of, then I think it's important for me and Imani to keep it as lawful as possible. There is no reason for any of these lab animals, whether it's a lab freak that connects, because they some type of lab freak AI that connect with the water, or machinery that can break machines, because they can break machines, or clog up the toilets, mess up your pipes. This is the type of experiments that they have here in Annapolis. Force engage the mind, rape in dreams. The black Negro, when I came here in 2016, I had to learn how to sleep light. Because the black Negro freaks, the animals with their perm hair and their suits on, they were going around saying how something effed me after my dreams were invaded, trying to cause my genitals to have an orgasm. And I didn't know anything about humanoid AI. And I definitely didn't think that the police, Annapolis police, and other form of authority, the Navy and Army, was involved. Because I didn't even really know how close the Navy and Army was to where I lived. I was shocked to realize that they were so close. The Army base, the Navy, all that was so close to Burger King, and that's why they were coming into Burger King all the time. The reason why the connection with me calling EEOC was dealing with black Negroes, males here, coming up to Burger King, and there was a sequence of events. Let me say this, that always seemed to follow a pattern, and the black Negro males and females being somewhere in the sequence of why managers would behave in an odd or aggressive manner towards me. All of a sudden, just start complaining. I'm going too slow. Act like I didn't know what I was doing. Managers start saying love. I had meetings. Mo, baby. The main manager started calling me stupid and names really just outrageous. So I didn't know what I was among. I had no idea what I was among. And the beast that speaks Spanish, that was dropping the bird feathers and so forth, that's connected to the United States Navy and Army and the police, is still, and others are still stalking the room. So then we have that type of lab freak here in Annapolis. AI birds and the lab freaks that say that's from South Central America and Mexico, saying that they're werewolves, vampires, the pale skin, werewolves, vampires, and bird people. You have all types of lab freak sects, but then they come together and say they're Freemasons. So if we're not from here, we're new, and before we even get settled, where within a month, the lab freaks are trying to rape and molest us in our dreams, or in my dream. You know, they having sex with the kids. So with that type of mentality, kids with the telepathic code, you know that it is somehow have been normalized. And then when I heard that Annapolis had a high rate of herpes, it made sense. Herpes. And now, this was in 2018 or 2019 that I documented. I can't remember exactly the year, but and now here in 2026, HIV is back. It's on a rise. And I'm not surprised, because of Annapolis is one city. But if there are animals like this here, and trust me, they animals. The pale skin is no different. I'm just predominantly, it's just been the black Negro and that which speaks Spanish immigrants from South Central America, Mexico. But the pale skins, when I'm out, they'll look at me and say, we got her. Like the females, like really like, I got her. That's us. That's us. Like, that's us. You know, they are literally mentally sick here. And I'm experiencing 4 sharp pains. Now that's a sick way to live, or to demonstrate yourself being connected to the military in a military city. That's sick, right? I don't have the telepathic code. Imani and I don't want the telepathic code. We reject the telepathic code. But for you to have the telepathic code and use it to subjugate by sending force pains to someone's organ, knee, leg, you know they will go out and deliberately spread HIV and herpes and other STDs. And then say, you my brother, because they're Freemason. You know they would. You know they've been trained to do things like that. There is no way Imani and I would have anything to do with these animals here in Annapolis. And what I'm doing now is setting up a pattern to show that we don't want to have anything to do with them, and that we should be able, if we see them where we move into, to connect the dots. Because the lab freaks are always speaking a frequency here in our apartment about deleting our video or deleting my YouTube or Google, the humanoid AI, or my tablet start messing up because it's humanoid AI freaks that's in sex and human trafficking. That's tampering with my tablet and possibly deleting videos or whatever, and also spreading STDs and HIV. This is why the black African American community, the African American community, the HIV rate in Hispanic community is so high, because of the AI, the humanoid AI that nobody's talking about enough. And the pale skin too. I'm pretty sure there's reasons why it takes a while for the statistics to come out about them. But trust me, they having a lot of sex, and a lot of them are laying down with the black Negro humanoid AI and that which speaks Spanish from South Central America and Mexico, saying that they're werewolves or vampires or whatever, but they all connected because they're Freemason. So let me finish my thought. They have deliberately been trained to cause health problems to people, to the inhabitants here. Annapolis is one city. I'm not saying everyone here, but way too many. If I can videotape noise in our apartment and you can hear it. The reason why they're not afraid, because they think that they have programmed people enough to normalize the presence of harm, to normalize a culture, especially if they have caused people to connect or be a part of the Freemason set, where they having sex with one another and they're outside of constitutional fold, but they have rules. They don't do anything constitutional. No laws. They don't have the morality is no higher than that which of a dog with a telepathic code. So a dog with a telepathic code will probably be able to show more morality and in some form of care than the lab animals walking with 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head that look human, with the telepathic code saying that they're Freemason. A dog. So what I'm demonstrating is that these animals here are terrorists. They are weapons of mass destruction. And I'm doing this video because the freaks, when we were in the hotel and I was recording, kept saying that they were going to follow me in Imani. I get to the apartment, the same black Negro filth accents and others, and the same different form of behavior I am documenting about is still existing in that which speaks Spanish. And yet the military is still very prevalent. They still attacking Imani while he sleep. it was obvious in the past that blacks, the black Negro humanoid AI and others were trying to cause me to have issues with finances if they were not able to lay down and breed. It was obvious that was the issue. So now they keep saying that they're going to follow Imani and I when we move. They keep saying brother. Like they trying to normalize this lab beast and female, this nasty black Negro females and African American black Negro males saying brother. Like there's some type of culture where that Imani and I should want to connect with them. A community of black Negroes, African Americans, who are 9 times out of 10 have some form of STD because of their disconnect of reality, of health, and them being involved in spreading this stuff all around, them having sex with any and everything in their circle. There is no way I would deal with them on that level. And it's not just them. It's the I mean, when I say them, I'm definitely just know I'm putting the Hispanic with them that speak Spanish from South Central America, Mexico. Because trust me, when it comes to doing acts of terrorism, they are in weapons and trying to human and sex traffic. Humanoid AI are together. They are not separate. The humanoid AI that's pale skin, that's in human and sex trafficking, they are together with the black Negro and that which speaks Spanish. That which come from Pakistan and India, the Chinese humanoid AI that's here, and the other immigrants from Africa, they are working together to human and sex traffic and spread STDs. It is so important for us as humans to protect our health any means necessary. Any means necessary. These lab animals are doing this purposely. This is why the rates of HIV is like shooting up so fast. So where there's HIV, then you know there's herpes. The filth is spreading STDs purposely, and then they'll probably say, well, I'm going to go to the doctor to get checked out. You are going to go to a doctors who have lied for years about the existence of why you are experiencing health problems in the first place. And you think these doctors, it's like the ones here in Annapolis, they say all. Maybe, I'll leave it at that. You think the doctors, this is just hypothetically, think those same doctors going to tell you the truth if you are infected or not, especially if it's a United States military city where human traffic and sex trafficking is going on, and the kids have been culturally brought into it where they are having sex at a young age with grown men and women. No, they're not going to tell the truth. Why would anyone think doctors who have lied about the existence of why humans, indigenous people, have gotten sick, have had health problems? Me, myself, I have never experienced the pain and the dis-ease I have ever that I've experienced here in Annapolis. Never, ever, ever. I come here, my eye swells up because they send in for sharp pains to my head. My knees swell up, and then all the while, the occult, satanic, transhuman animals are waiting to see if I'm broke so that one of them, so they can lay down and amalgamate us in their filthy Freemasonic, whatever they call themselves, Freemasonic occult ritual set, and continue to circulate the STDs that they've been circulating among one another. as weapons and trying to normalize it. Why would anyone think doctors would actually give a correct diagnosis when it comes to that form of sickness, or any sickness sometimes, if you really think about it? Because they're not being honest about the truth about why the person is getting sick in the first place, why they're having headaches. I've had headaches because of the black Negro, or that which speaks Spanish, the bird. Birds start chirping. I start feeling forced sharp pains in my head or in my genitals. Or they can actually ejaculate. Force engage and ejaculate. I'm like, because I don't have, I've been celibate physically for over 15 years. The only person I've had any form of consummation was Sheikh Arrington-Bey. Imani, he is on the same level with me, and this is physically and spiritually with Imani. So if they can force engage to ejaculate, so when they do these things, it is because the community, not everyone in the community, has come in. But if you are among a satanic, occult, weaponized community with humanoid AI from China, Japan, from different parts of Africa, from Pakistan, India, some of these so-called, supposed to have been terrorist countries, pale skin, the black Negro, and other Spanish-speaking countries, whatever, and they all are collaborating to maintain human and sex trafficking. Why would a doctor, hold on, why would doctors, the birds just start chirping and I felt the pressure here. Why would doctors tell the truth about a diagnosis that can actually stop the money flow in pharmaceutical companies? I just had a block right here. I think it was a Spanish-speaking, So why more? And then the birds start chirping. Because that's the type of lab freak. You know they infected. Some type of nasty filth. So if they can force engage to ejaculate, the community that's satanic come together in a telepathic world and start doing rituals for us as Moors, upon us as Moors, because they trying to break us down, because they want us to lay down and be one of the filth. That's then in time we will see is one of the people connected to the military or the police. That's why they keep saying have a good one. And so until that, they'll just keep coming together and sending some type of animal in here, lab freak, to force engaging mind so he can make noise. He's sleeping. He's trying to sleep. He's making noise because the thing is in force engaged in his body sheath, causing him to make noise. If they getting back to the ejaculation, if I feel secretion coming from my vagina and I have no reason to secrete, because I don't think, this is why I brought up the celibacy. I don't think about sex like that. I'm not on that level. I've been celibate for years. And I have worked hard to maintain my health. Jogging, walking. But I have to be so careful because when I start walking, they start saying for sharp pains. It's like I got the humanoid AI send for sharp pains because I should have the right to walk and be healthy walking. I should be able to not right. They should be able to tell me I have the right to walk and be healthy walking. The lab freak, humanoid AI, and other lab animals that's in the Navy and Army or connected in the police should be able to say, if I have the right to stay employed at Whole Foods and haven't laid down with any of them, any money, stay employed, period. So they should, so this is the communication, the frequency is saying in this apartment. They should be able to say, I can sleep without them force engaging. Or feeling a jumping, one of them inside of me, and they saying that's the machine causing my insides to jump. That's animals. This is, so they in Annapolis, they quit to say Americans and how American they are. So I'm glad I said that, because I really want you to truly know and see the thought process of these beasts in Annapolis. These animals in Annapolis that driving very nice cars and look like they are humane, connected to the military and the Navy and the Army and the police and just average citizens and so forth. I think you really need to see, especially if you live in a community where it's considered to be very, very safe. If you live in a community where the frequency is high and it's considered to be safe, you might not have the thoughts of how low a beast can be, especially if you have in your thoughts about what the military and Navy is truly is about. You think they're protectorates. Like I did when I came here. When I found out about the military being here, I wasn't like afraid. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I didn't know. I had no idea. I didn't know about humanoid AI, and I didn't know the history of rape in the military. Besides what the movies were showing, like in Full Metal Jacket, Platoon, and so forth. But otherwise, as average cities with the military existing, city. When I say cities, average cities where the base, Navy base and the Army base, I would not have thought that, because as Moors, when I started studying as a Moor and decided to reclaim my nationality, me and Imani, to uphold constitutional laws of freedom, the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, all four of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations, we were taught that the United States military or Navy and Army is supposed to help indigenous or the inhabitants of this landmass reclaim their actual freedom. They are not supposed to be a threat to us. They are not supposed to be enemies with weapons against us. But that's exactly what they are. And they use infected lab animals. HIV is on the rise because of the infected lab beast, the brother. That which looked to be okay and fine, those fine black women. That decent looking brother. The Spanish speaking. From South Central America, Mexico. Some of them amalgamated, or some of them just amongst one another. HIV high, too. The pale skin, where the doctors lie. I'm telling you, the doctors are lying. They're lying. They are liars. Why would they tell the truth if you are infected, if they cannot tell the truth about why you have the basic toothache, when one of the United States military weapon is force engaging, causing your tooth to hurt? But they'll take the money, pull your teeth out, patch it up, and take the money. They liars. And a lot of the doctors, they are murderers. They are far in with the pharmaceutical company. And a lot of them have connections with the lab animals that is sent out to make people sick or spread HIV and other forms of sickness, STDs. I'm telling you, not all, but that's what's going on. And that's what has been going on for a while. So I'm doing this video because I think it's important for that where we are moving to truly know that Imani and I we don't care anything for the people here in Annapolis in a manner where if someone was to say one of them died today, I'd be like, oh my goodness, okay. So move forward. Because I'm not here to feel sorry for that which is here. Because I don't know who knows who and what all collaboration has been done for me to even have to keep, after all these years, videotaping, recording, and the beast is still talking as though they have the right to follow me and my son around. On my bank statement, it said FUCK1. I was so surprised because for years, people just started saying FUCK around me. I was so surprised a few months ago to see that. So that let me know humanoid AI is dealing with manipulation in some form of communication with one another, trying to human and sex traffic me and Imani. Because none of them, I haven't FUCK anyone. Neither has Imani. So I'm sending this communication out to where we are moving to say that if we see one of these freaks, these animals, these so-called, they look like they humane or because they have gone to community college or four-year college, they're in the military or in the Navy, if we see them wherever we're going to, yes, we might have to call the police and report them because of the documentations that I have done and the lab and the thought process of the beast here in Annapolis. They are not mentally sane. They are terrorists, stalkers. And they keep saying they paid. So if the beast think they paid for someone, look, someone's walking. When I said that. If the beast, okay, the animal, keeps saying they paid, then they're going to follow because they trying to implement. So this is where HIV comes in play. How many of this filth said they paid for those children or those kids while they penetrating them for the first time and they have HIV? I mean, lately online, people have been posting about 7-year-olds getting married in different cultures to grown men, kids, or 8-year-olds or 6-year-olds, very young kids. How many of the humanoid AI said they paid for others or other places for paid for other women and children or men in different states where HIV is high, different cities. And they been laying down with them because they paid. You see, so when I said paid, someone start walking up and down. That's a sick mentality. So wherever this beast here in Annapolis that keeps saying they paid, the bird people go, they bring that filthy thought process and behavior with them. It's not that if a person has HIV doesn't mean that they are dirty or they are less than human. What I'm saying is, because I was there and learned, I had one of my best friends, good friends of mine, was HIV positive. And I learned more by staying her friend and being there with her than I had ever learned before. Close friend, like her children would play with my children and so forth. So I know about HIV. What I'm saying is, we are now in a time where people have the telepathic code. They are not mentally stable. Some of them are so far away from being human. They are more close to a animal, dog, or other form of a beast than they are human in thoughts and behavior. That's what I'm saying is. And if you are in a city, or if you have experienced a city like Annapolis, where you have people who are so much in behavior and thoughts as an animal with the code, and then to top it off, they're infected with HIV and other STDs. This is where the herpes come about. It is important for us to protect ourselves as much as possible, our health, especially when there is a thought or an agenda to deliberately infect people or the healthy, just like the coronavirus vaccine. Humanoid AI kept promoting get vaccinated. Vaccinate. I mean, you go to the drugstore, that's all they talk about. Flu, get vaccinated. Vaccine for everything. And then later, all these things are coming out about the vaccine for COVID-19 that has not been favorable for humans. The bodies of people, when they die, they find this stuff all in their chest or around their head. It looks like some type of biological worm that's been feeding on them. But yet AI still promote vaccines deliberately, like the humanoid AI and others deliberately are infecting people with HIV. And doctors, not all, are deliberately lying, especially if it's a United States military city where the implementation of human and sex trafficking is going on, especially with kids. So where I go to, and I apologize, I just irritated. I guess I was a little bit irritated today because today I was at Whole Foods, and it's as I don't know what happened, but this lady, she was like she was black. I was waiting on her. I said, may I help you? She said she wanted a family meal. She said, do you have any more sweet chili salmon? I said, there was only like 2 or 3 in the pan. I said I could go see. But wait, before that happened, I was cleaning a knife. And so as a prepared foods, we cut meats, and we do a lot of cutting with the slicer. So nonetheless, I was cleaning a knife. I had on my cutting glove, and the manager just came up behind me and said, "You're moving too slow." I said, "You said I'm moving too slow." I didn't say. Actually, I just stayed quiet because I had the knife in my hand. And then I was cleaning the knife, and then the lady, which was black, she asked me. I mean, it was either before or after, during that time I was cleaning the knife. No, I think it was right after. She asked me if there was sweet chili salmon. Excuse me. It was right after that comment. She was staring. She was looking at me. So I definitely greeted her, and I told her, I said, I can check and see in the back. And so I went to go and see if we had some. We did, and I brought the pan out, but I left the pan back there, and I brought her a tray. She wanted a family meal, and I was getting stuff together to do that. so she can get her sweet chili salmon. And when I walked around, I could tell she was looking at someone saying like something. I don't know what she was saying, but she looked irritated. So she looked irritated. She was, I mean, I could tell. I mean, she looked a little irritated. Maybe she was waiting there too long. I didn't know. All I know is right before I greeted her, the manager came up behind me. He was like, and I was cleaning the knife. He was like, "You moving too slow." I was like, "Okay." Okay, because when I grab the knife, I try to hold it down and take my time. These are cutting knives. These are not chef knives. These are not small little knives. You know, we are dealing with chef knives, and I'm holding it down. He said, I just all out of the blue. And then after I went to go get the sweet chili salmon, and I put it on the pan back in the kitchen. I mean, I put the pan that had the sweet chili salmon back on the table in the kitchen. I had her family plate there. I was gonna, because she looked irritated, and I don't know how long she had been waiting. I went ahead and was gonna put her sweet chili salmon in the family meal, and then return back and fill up the pan, because I brought the pan that's in the chef case to the table to fill up that pan, so I could put it back in the chef case so that we can have a full pan of sweet chili salmon. But the manager came up behind me and told me that, and he was like, he said, can you make sure you fill up the tray when you don't just fill up the family meal for your customer. Fill up their tray and put it back in the chef case. I told him, I said, okay. I told him, I said, the reason why I was going slow because I had a knife in my hand. I told him, I said, I was coming back. I said, I was coming back to fill the plate up, the tray, and put it back in the chef case. But the customer looked irritated. So, I mean, that's the only reason why I didn't do it. I don't know how long she had been waiting. So I just put the 3 sweet chili salmons, and she was black, looked to be black. You would say black, unless she claimed a nationality. That would be the description. Her accent sound black. And in this, it happened so like sudden. I mean, literally, as I was cleaning the knife, he just came up behind me like, "You're going too slow." I was like, and I looked. That's when I looked up and I saw her. She had an odd look on her face. And then when I said, "May I help you?" Anyway. But what I did was I let him know. I mean, I told him I was coming back to get the tray with the sweet chili salmon, but I didn't come back. I didn't do it immediately because I thought the lady was irritated. So I was just trying to get her family meal first and hand it to her, because I walked by. I think she was saying something about me. I don't know, but I just didn't want a customer to complain. So what's odd is that many times the black Negro female and male accent here, they just really in the black Negroes male, they still walking around trying to walk beside me, say words around me, saying somebody love me. So I'm telling you, we don't care for anyone here personally. The word baby comes up a lot. They're trying to normalize the rituals of trying to sex traffic and human traffic Imani and I. I'm not going to be quarantined with Annapolis lab freaks. Everyone